Well, Mikel Arteta has been warned about Arsenal. Who has gone ahead to warn him? It's one of the Arsenal legendaries, the invisible Premier League winner at Arsenal, that is Sol Campbell. And this is really something great that you guys need to understand and really put a lot of attention to it. Then we go to Chelsea. Thiago Silva. Looks like Chelsea have gone ahead to make an ultimatum on his future at the side of Chelsea. And lastly, you're going to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo on what has gone ahead to say about him playing into the Saudi Pro League. So, welcome to Rokani Media Football, second video of the day. And I promise you, by the time we obviously come to the end of today, 5 videos would have gone ahead to obviously come into your face, and we are still planning more and more and more for you. So smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss that on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokan David is my name. You can as well call me RD. Now the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and we thank God for the gift of life. Continue to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss that on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, this situation of Aaron Ramsdale and David Raya, on who is supposed to be the first choice goalkeeper for Arsenal, has gone ahead to obviously cause what we call divided opinion in the legends of Arsenal. And Sol Campbell has come out and said the only stick part is that David Raya / Aaron Ramsdale situation, in those really tense moments on a knife edge, you need to know exactly what your goalkeeper is going to do. If it keeps on changing, or if the situation carries on, no center half will turn around and say, yeah, we don't mind. Your mindset changes, doubt creeps in. At this elite level, another half, a second of thought can cost you. So he's really trying to obviously warn Mikel Arteta, you know. Sol Campbell is one of those people that I really remember were really solid central defenders at Arsenal. He played with Tony Adams in the central defense. Then later he was joined with Paul Sigan. Then he had the likes of Kolo Toure in that central defense. You understand? There was even another guy, Martin Keown, right? They used to play with Sol Campbell. And Sol Campbell is one of those most loved defenders at Arsenal because he came from a team that Arsenal hates most. That is Tottenham Hotspur. And then he crossed to Arsenal the next day. And he was in the press conference and talked with Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger really unveiled him in the press conference. So it obviously shows you how he's loved at Arsenal and the decision he made, crossing from one extreme end to the other extreme end. So that is the North London derby. And crossing from Spurs to Arsenal, it's really unacceptable. And Spurs fans will never forgive him. But the good thing is that when he went in at Arsenal, he obviously went ahead to earn the right to obviously be that kind of person there. So Ramsdale has come out, Sol Campbell has come out and really warned Mikel Arteta that this situation should come to an end. It should come to an end. If I was going to decide that David Raya is the first choice goalkeeper, let Aaron Ramsdale leave in the January transfer window, because you cannot really keep him around. Every time David Raya does a mistake, you obviously all cameras will be focusing at Aaron Ramsdale on the bench. That is it. So it's really good to see to it that the manager makes a huge decision, obviously goes by it, because if you need to eat that, David Raya was going to be your first choice goalkeeper and you never needed Aaron Ramsdale. I think the best time to sell Aaron Ramsdale was in the summer transfer window. He had gone ahead to obviously have one of the best seasons of his career, you know, and he had gone ahead to keep 15 clean sheets, and he would have gone ahead to obviously be cashed out, all cashed in by Arsenal, and a lot of money would have gone ahead to be given to Arsenal. And if I told you Mikel Arteta, you'll ask him, why are you doing this at this juncture? Because Aaron Ramsdale can go for like 30, all 40 million pounds right now. But remember, I went ahead to do a story this summer. Aaron Ramsdale was the most valuable goalkeeper in the summer transfer window. His value was at 75 million euros. You get? That means if at all Arsenal were to sell him by then, they would have gone ahead to cash in. Yeah? To cash in for like a minimum of 60 million pounds. You know, teams would have gone ahead to obviously buy him and they would have gone ahead to take him, and Arsenal would have gone ahead to get in money to obviously bring in David Raya. But because Arteta had his foot, at ease, not at attention, he obviously found himself really not making the right decision, and it's really creating unnecessary pressure at the club of Arsenal. Now, if you remember how the players of Arsenal went ahead to obviously congratulate Aaron Ramsdale after Arsenal won against Brentford by 1-0, it shows you that these players have not gone ahead to agree exactly with the decision that Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to take, that this guy shouldn't be playing in the starting 11 of Arsenal. The way they congratulated him was sending a message to everyone that we as the players are not happy. All we need is Aaron Ramsdale back in between the stitches, because he has been part of our progress and he has been really a very good part of our build-up, to the Champions League. And you see to it that these people, I think, they like him more than David Raya, and that's really evident. Though, on the other hand, you'll not blame Mikel Arteta, because he has on several occasions gone ahead to make such changes and decisions at Arsenal, and they've gone ahead to give Arsenal the best that they really like. For example, he went ahead to obviously take off Ozil, Aubameyang, David Luiz, and very many other players out of Arsenal, and then he brought in other players that have gone ahead to obviously take Arsenal further. But for this situation, I think he would have gone ahead to sell him when he still had a lot of value. So I don't know what your thoughts are, but Sol Campbell is saying this could cost them a trophy if at all Arteta doesn't rectify this as soon as possible. And we wait and see how this happens. And I know why Mikel Arteta doesn't want to release Aaron Ramsdale in the January transfer window, because he knows that they're having a game of Brentford, in the second half of the season, and Aaron Ramsdale will be the one eligible to be in between the stitches. And if at all David Raya maybe gets an injury, they don't have a competent second choice or third choice goalkeeper after Ramsdale that can come in and obviously do the job. So he's keeping there Aaron Ramsdale just for the case, just for the case, and he really understands exactly how costly it is. But for me, I think that is really bad for Mikel Arteta, because by the time we had the story broken by David Austin that Arsenal are in for David Raya, we all knew that it's either gonna be a rotation of goalkeepers or it's gonna be David Raya, because there is no way a club could go on to obviously get in a player for £30 million when they're not going to play him. Yet they would have gone ahead to obviously use that money to strengthen the team elsewhere. So let's wait and see whether Mikel Arteta will go by the advice of Sol Campbell. If not, the rest will be analyzed in the coming situations of the team. Then let's travel a little bit to the west side of London, and that is Chelsea. Chelsea players are perplexed by Thiago Silva not being made captain in the absence of Reece James and Ben Chilwell, with suggestions that Silva has been disrespected, a growing topic in the dressing room. Now, I understand when things are not going on well, that's when you hear such stories. Thiago Silva is the most seniorest person at the side of Chelsea. We all admit, but the manager chooses who the captain is gonna be, and if at all the manager believes if at all the manager believes that this guy shouldn't be the captain, then it's a decision the manager's gonna have to make. Now, you tell me that's the reason as to why Chelsea lost 2-0 to Everton because of that. Was that the reason as to why they lost to Everton? And players have gone ahead to learn this habit of being blame shifters. That will never pay off. It will never really pay off positive results, because you need to own the mistake, because even when Reece James was really there on the field of play, you guys couldn't do anything. So don't come out and obviously blame this team, because Reece James came on when you're playing Man United. Did he captain you to the win? How many games has he captained Chelsea to the win? So all those are really All those are really cheap talk. That's things that you cannot even back on whether to keep a manager or sack him. I think Pochettino just needs time to really clear out these players. And when you see to it that it's happening that way, then Thiago Silva looks like he's coming to the end of the career. And you know, these people are really great, are really wise, because the manager is going to hate to obviously stop him from, obviously, he has stopped starting him in most games of Chelsea. It looks like he was going to hate to obviously tell someone to obviously make that alarm such that the manager makes him captain and he gets back in the starting 11. But if I told the manager is going to hate to understand that it's supposed to be Badiashile and Disasi in the central defense, and Thiago Silva is not worth starting, then that's good. That's good. And I don't think that a team like Chelsea should be having a central defender like Thiago Silva nearing his 40 years playing their central defense, because all what Chelsea is doing, they are building a new era. And that new era has to be backed with players that are really young, that will live on to the dream of the club. So for me, Thiago Silva, it's high time, obviously, found another club. Chelsea's plan is way beyond from him. That is it. Then let's go to Cristiano Ronaldo. He said there is a great regret. There is a great regret that I didn't come to Al Nassr Saudi club earlier, but I'm very happy now, and I will give Al Nassr twice what I give in Europe. So Ronaldo is really having a very good spell at the side of Al Nassr and is scoring for fun, that with alongside the likes of Sadio Mane and so on and so forth. So he has gone ahead, obviously put in a lot of goals, and it feels like he's being appreciated more in Al Nassr. But we all know that playing in the Saudi Pro League, it's a drop-off, huge drop-off, and that's why even if he does what, he cannot stop on the Ballon d'Or podium because of what he's doing there. He has gone ahead to play 15 matches, 16 goals and 8 assists. That is it. Those are 24 goal involvements. You know, in the AFA Champions League, the Champions League of Saudi Pro or Asia, he has gone ahead to play 5 matches, 3 goals and 2 assists. That is Ronaldo for you. So he's really scoring for fun, and obviously Al Nassr are really having him in, and he's obviously having a star-studded side, right? The side he's really playing in for is really star-studded. Let me show you their starting 11. They're having Laporte, there is Otavio, Brazovic, Sadio Mane, and Ronaldo. That's their side. So they're really having a star-studded side that has some players from Saudi Arabia. But all in all, they need to obviously get themselves to where they deserve to be. And Ronaldo's going to hate obviously regret why he never went there early enough, because he feels like he's loved as he's supposed to be loved. So your reactions to Aaron Ramsdale dilemma to cost Arsenal the Premier League trophy. Do you believe in what Sol Campbell is really telling you guys? Because you've seen the mistakes that David Raya is going to hate to make in just a month at Arsenal. He has done more than what this guy is going to hate to do in the 2.5 seasons as being at Arsenal. And what do you make about Thiago Silva? Do you think he should be given the captain's armband? And lastly, tell us your thoughts about Ronaldo regretting his delayed departure to the Saudi Pro League. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David, here's my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and everything looks jolly and jovial for you and the Lord that we serve, and for the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. We out.